Go on, guys, please. Get one of yourself, son. And what a great goal. Tonto shoots.
What is happening, everybody? You're very welcome back to LeedsBros for your Monday night transfer news roundup. Loads to get into as usual. Leeds United make their 10th summer signing in James Justin. We're going to speak about that. As always, make sure you're getting your thoughts in the comments below, guys. We love to hear them here on LeedsBros. We're also going to speak about Dilane Bakwa, the to and fro that seems to be going here. One minute he's coming to Leeds, then he's going to Forest, and then Sunderland are still there. So we're going to try and break it all down and make a little bit of sense of it. And then we're also going to speak about largely Ramazani's future as well. So they're the main kind of topics. And of course, we're going to speak about everything else in between. Maybe a little bit of a hangover from Arsenal if you guys want. Maybe a bit of a look ahead to Sheffield Wednesday. But as always, guys, please make sure you're getting your thoughts in the comment section below. Drop a like in the video. And of course, hit subscribe to the channel and all that good stuff. As you can see, we're just one away from 3,600. Hit that subscribe button and put me out of my misery because it's driving me mad. Before we do get into it, Dillo, what's happening?
Oh, good there. Oh, good. Monday blues.
Yep.
You can say I was in work yesterday. Depressed time you had. I was in work today. Also depressed time you had. So as you can take, as you would say, tomorrow I'm going to be depressed time you had as well. But a bit of excitement in news with James Justin coming in the door for Leeds United. So a bit of you could say happy times on a Monday, considering Leeds are making moves. A lot of noise obviously coming about with other transfers. So was it 7 days left to make more?
Yeah, this day next week is slam shut at 7 o'clock. It'll be closed and all. So, yeah, 7 days for Leeds United to wrap up the last piece of business. We did hear Daniel Farke obviously come out and say that he's still looking for 2 more attackers. That's the reports all coming out. So, yeah, we just have to see, Dylan. So, at the moment, I feel like I might be 1 out, 1 in at the minute, the way it's going. But we'll get into it, obviously, as always. Before we do, we'll say hello to everyone that is in the building. Pierre is here. So, we said, So Smith to exit now. Prefer James Nonto on the right and Okafor Ramazani on the left. I'm gutted he is gone. Yeah, me too. I'm gutted about Ramazani because I really do like him. There's some section of the fan base going, why Leeds fans having a meltdown at Ramazani's gone. He hasn't done much of it just because he's a talented player. He's one of them that can, on his day win you a game of football. So disappointed to see him go. Hopefully it is just a loan and he gets some experience and he does come back because he definitely is high quality. Pierre says hello Pierre, thanks for popping in on your Monday evening. Darren Daly says good evening lads. Evening Darren, thanks for popping in. John Pepper is here. Evening John, hope you're keeping well, pal. Ramazani to Valencia. Yeah, that's the rumors. That's the rumors that I've heard. If anyone's heard any difference, feel free to let us know. That's what I've heard. A loan deal to Valencia, so we'll have to keep an eye where he is going to go. Shane Dalton says, evening all, hope you're all keeping well. Watching Newcastle versus Liverpool game at the moment. Newcastle all over Liverpool. Heading to the game Saturday myself. Keep us up to date on that one. Not great going live when there's a Premier League match on, but needs must. We're always live at 10:30 on a Monday, so needs must. But yeah, keep us up to date with the score on the Liverpool and Newcastle match if you can indeed. And I'm heading to the Newcastle game myself on Saturday, Shane, so I'd love to see you there. Probably meet you up for a point. If we can. Danny Talks Leeds is in the building. Say smash a like and subscribe. Please do that and go check out Danny as well. Really great guy. Carl says, hey up lads, hope you're okay. Do you think we will get another striker now? Don't want to be too back down again. I don't want to go back down again. I hope so, Carl, because obviously that's all we've heard, Dylan, isn't it, through the transfer window that Leeds have been looking for a striker and they hope towards the tail end of the window that's where they're going to pick up a striker. So to answer your question, I can't really 100% say yes, Carl, but I would like to think that Leeds United are going to pull out all the stops to bring a striker in because it's badly needed. It's badly needed, isn't it? And David is here as well. Just cannot believe that Calvin Phillips is even being mentioned in relation to Leeds United. When he's injured, don't know what level of football we could get from him. And when he is fit, no place for him. Yeah, I agree, David. As I keep saying, you take the Leeds hat, you take Calvin Phillips being Leeds lad, born and bred, you take that off. It makes absolutely no sense at all. The only reason that it does is because he's Leeds born and bred and the times that we had with Calvin Phillips. So you're 100% right. 18 months of pure turmoil for Calvin Phillips. So I think probably the best is stay out of England for Calvin Phillips, go abroad, Napoli, somewhere like that where he's going to hold the limelight and rediscover his form. A little bit like McTominay, go win a title somewhere. Shane says, no worries, lads. Cheers, pal. Darren and Dillo, just my pick striker. Alfredo Morelos, he would be good for us. No way. Everyone gives out about Gus Hamer being overweight. That guy is a barrel and a half. We need to stitch 2 shorts together for him. David Oliver, do you think KP is an option? Yeah, look, that's the murmurs out there, whether it is viable or not, whether he's going to drastically drop his wages. I don't really think we need him in midfield. Look at, obviously, depending how bad Ampadu's injury, if we can kind of get him back soon as Tanaka as well. Maybe Leeds do put in a long bid for him and cut wages. We'll just have to wait and see in the last week of this window. Strange things happen, Dylan, don't they, towards, the last week of the window. Clubs get a little bit, a little bit funny, they haven't got their business done. So really this week is a real telltale sign, isn't it?
For Leeds, definitely, yeah, considering, look, going back to Arsenal with the 5-0 loss and then, with the rotation that should have been made at half time and he didn't. As you said on the stream, it's naive from Daniel Fark, but it's definitely, you could see there's positions in this team that needs to be looked at and needs cover. Now, obviously, it's great to see James Justin come into the door that can cover both sides of the fullback position. But yeah, I think a striker is definitely needed now. I don't think, no disrespect to Meche, Pirro or Calvert-Lewin, but someone just with that bit more star quality that knows that they can dig you out of a hole.
Yeah. 100%. Shailene Dalton says, going to the Brunel Club with the wife in Leeds on Saturday 4 p.m. She's mad about Brian Adams. She's launching his album. That's class. Mate. I've no idea where that is, but yeah, I'll be knocking around Leeds somewhere. I'll be the drunk fella standing outside the chipper with a kebab at some stage. That'll be me. All the people mentioning KP won't even get off his crutches till late October. Then he's not going to be fit. Exactly. Well, I think I seen he was back out kicking a little bit of ball. Danny, how fit he actually is, I don't know. In a similar situation to Calvert-Lewin, isn't it? Is that he's no pre-season as well, so it's going to take him a lot of time to get back up to speed. Depends on when he was registered. We actually haven't heard. That was actually a very good question, Pierre. I don't know if he was registered in time for the Sheffield Wednesday game. I'd like to hope he is, because I'd like to get a look at him anyway. But Dylan, let's talk about James Justin anyway, because this one is again another one that's been in the pipeline over the last couple of weeks. It was on, looked like we were going to get him. Then he got a little bit of a bang. Looked like it was off. Thankfully, it was only just a dead leg. That's when we were in talks with James Hill from Bournemouth. And we kind of spoke about it at the time, Dylan, and we said that we don't think this is a viable option. I think Leeds United are just exploring in the off chance that James Justin's injury is a little bit worse than what feared, and they probably will go down that route of James Hill. So eventually we get the deal done. Dylan, how happy are you with this one? We'll get your thoughts first, and then we'll go through the official club announcement.
Yeah, well, going back to, look, the two of them, my name is James, but with James Hill, for me, I just thought he was a bit young. Still a lot to prove. Could have been, it mightn't have been too bad. I just think with James Justin, he covers both sides, similar to Sam Byram, the left and the right, and I said more or less get us out of a hole when needed. You can't expect Bogle to be on it 24/7.
Yeah.
And the same with Good Munson as well. I think it's literally just, we're going to have people in the squad to rotate when needed if injuries, suspensions, or just genuinely just not at it or unfit. Yeah. I think he definitely plays the part. Premier League experience as well. I know with Leicester he went down last season, but the redemption is back on to keep Leeds into the Premier League. And, same thing, he's a good ball carrier as well. So, yeah, look, I definitely rated him. And going back a few weeks ago when we did talk about it, we both agreed, and I think people in the chat agreed as well. He was definitely the one to keep an eye on, and definitely the one that everyone kind of wanted, as opposed to James Hill. I know disrespect to the fella, but this one just suits a lot more better to Fark and to this situation that we're in at the minute with the fullbacks. So I'm delighted. I really am. Like, it's great to see. It's noise. It's good noise coming from Leeds. Let's just hope now we can get 3 points tomorrow against Sheffield Wednesday and on to Newcastle on Saturday.
Yeah, we will keep an eye out for our Sheffield Wednesday preview, guys. That will be live first thing tomorrow morning. We'll be recording it after this, and then it will be out. But let's take a look, Dylan, at the official club announcement. There he is in all his glory in the Leeds United jersey.
Smile.
So the Leeds United club statement goes on to say, Leeds United are delighted to announce the arrival of highly regarded defender James Justin in a permanent deal from the Sky Bet Championship side Leicester City.
They had to throw that in, didn't they? Sorry, the Sky Bet Championship.
Sky Bet Championship all the way down there. The 27-year-old has signed a 4-year deal with the Whites and becomes the summer signing number 10 of a busy window for Daniel Fark's team. Justin has extensive Premier League experience and is just one game away from hitting 100 appearances in the top flight, also having played European and international stage. Beginning his career with his hometown club, Luton Town, Justin progressed through the academy to the first team. The 6-foot fullback showed versatility to play on either side of the defence, making him a regular from a young age. During his early footballing years at the Hearts, James played a major role in back-to-back promotions, firstly as runner-up in League Two. Then he went on to be crowned champions of the tier above in the following campaign. For his efforts, Justin was voted Luton's Young Player of the Season, as well as being named in the EFL and the PFA Team of the Season. Following his form, plenty of clubs showed interest for his services, and he moved to Leicester City in the Premier League. In his first year in East Midlands, he helped the side to qualify for Europe, finishing 5th. A feat that would repeat the following season whilst winning the FA Cup. During his time at the King Power, Justin was into double figures for matches in European competitions and added even more experience at the level above by being called up to represent England, which is obviously class. Good to hear that. Making his debut in 2022. Showing his leadership skills as well as footballing ability, the defender further complements Farke's group of players after wearing the captain's armband for the Foxes. Everyone at Leeds United would like to welcome James to the club, and we now look forward to seeing him in action in the upcoming matches. So yeah, really nice welcome there for James. Justin obviously speak highly about his time at Leicester City, everything that is achieved, cap for England, European football, Dylan. So when you do look at it like that, Dylan, and look at 27 years of age, 6'4", he fits the bill. Very young Sam Boyram can do the job on both sides. A good signing, Dylan, isn't it? Some people are kind of saying, 8 million to be a backup, but he's going to provide competition for Bogle and Goodmunson, isn't he?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, is competition. We keep saying it. We can't say it enough. Is competition is what we want in this team. I'm just, like, I know people are saying negative. I just want to kind of get this out of the way real quick. At the end of the day, lads, there's no point in going out and spending mad money on a player that no one has heard of. We know what James Justin has. They've literally said it in the thing there. He has, 99 Premier League appearances, European, international. At the end of the day.
And the other day, Dylan, people were giving out, half of the fan base were giving out on Twitter saying, we've no Premier League experience in this team. And then we signed someone with Premier League experience, and he's like, nah, he's not good enough. So you can't win it away, can you?
No, you can't win. Look, people are going to have different opinions, and I get that. But maybe it's just me. I'm solely thinking about players in the past and what Leeds was like then. And I can just see such a growth and such a positivity around the club at the minute, especially 10 signings in the door, lads. And we have a left back. 2 left backs. Think about it like that. That's why
well
I'm
needed. I feel a lot more comfortable in the full back positions because you know how much we've been banging the drum. You know, all these people here that have been watching only LeedsBros are probably sick of hearing me saying we need full back cover. I was so nervous about it, Dylan, going into the season if it was just Goodmunson and Bogle, and then we'd buy him down as backup. And the Smith situation is up in the air now because we hear that Werder Bremen is meant to be moving on. The boy from Sunderland, Southampton, his name's out there, escaped me. They're supposed to be going in for him now as well. So Smith's loan deal looks a little bit up in the air there as well. So he possibly could be staying, and barring someone else comes in and takes a look and takes him off our hands. So it was a position, Dylan, that I think was badly needed for cover. Farke was saying it as well. I think we all felt as well that we were just one injury away from fullbacks to being really up shit's creek. So it's a good signing, Dylan, for me. And as I said, look, he can cover both fullbacks position as well. And he's not just one of them that's just there, to plug a hole or fill a gap. He can play as well. He's a really good sign. I'm happy with this one.
I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. I think now we just need to tweak the X's and O's, whether it is a winger or potentially another striker, just to kind of give us. I know Okafor can play up front, but no, then you're potentially losing out on another winger. I know you can play Nanto, Ramazani, or James, or Harrison. I get all that, but maybe I'm just being greedy. I just want someone that can kind of do it all across the park, up front, wingers, just to give us that bit more clarity for ourselves to know that there's this type of star quality player coming into the team.
Yeah. Look at what Danny says here as well. Dylan, I'm glad that we got Justin cover both full-back position and has played as a back three as well. So he has that versatility. We know with Daniel Farke, he likes starting players that can move into different positions as well, not just, kind of one-trick pony. So, yeah, it's a good signing, Dylan, for me. And I actually don't think the fee is too bad. 8 million is not a bad fee. I know with the 2 million add-ons as well, but that's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm happy enough with that. And Pierre said as well, considering Bogle got yellow on Saturday, backup is essential. 100%. That's it. It's just spending for one games, little knocks, bangs. You're 100% right with you, Pierre. It was one thing that was really kind of. I was thinking about what happens, when we're have we, all the transfer window, November, December, you're trying to get your way to January, then you have a couple of injuries. So it's vital that we have cover here. What else we got here? Shane Dalton says, if we see you around, I'll buy you a gargle. Mate, you don't have to do that. We'll get you one. Really need to pick up the points on Saturday. Win or draw against big boys at home. Yeah, definitely need something. 100% we need something else again. Danny says, is Dylan doing a watch along? Yeah, we will be doing a watch along for the Sheffield Wednesday game tomorrow, all going well. Should be no issues. Hopefully Leeds United get the win and get back to winning ways. What else we got here? David says, DJ not convincing even pre-season. Last time out in the Premier League didn't look great either. I think he's a bench player the bench player at best, same as Shrek, Gruev, Aronson and Pirro. Yeah, look, we've been a little bit disappointed with Dan James. Didn't have me, especially during pre-season. We know he picked up a little bit of a muscle injury and he just about came back for the AC Milan game. Then he was poor against Everton. We know he was poor against Everton, and then obviously the other day against Arsenal as well. I thought he was poor as well, but he really needs to pick it up. Dylan doesn't need Dan James, because we were all looking forward to seeing him. Obviously, our best player of the season last year for Leeds United. He needs to get going, doesn't he? Maybe a goal or decent game out might just kickstart the season.
Look, you said it last season. He's bringing this into his game now. He's coining on his left, and he's having a pop.
Yeah,
this is kind of the new Dan James that we've kind of seen recently, and he's looked, to be fair, he scored some serious goals last season for it.
Yeah,
I hate bringing it up again, but I genuinely think it's down to competition. If Fark isn't seeing the positive from Dan James now in 2 games, well then potentially you should be changing it up now. I'm not necessarily saying drop him and bring Ramazani on or bring Harrison on, but what I am saying is, and I'm not, how do I say this? He's not that bad, but what I am trying to say is, if he didn't put a great shift in, well, then he shouldn't be starting him again. It's 2 games on the trot. I get it, I do, he's rusty, carrying a knock. But Ramazani can't be that bad, neither can Harrison be.
Yeah.
It's just simply about rotation. Like, who's to say, you put him on the bench, he realises, right, I need to step it up here, comes on, scores a goal. That's the way
especially
I'm looking at it.
Especially against Everton for me, Dylan. That's what it was like for me against Everton. It was crying out for someone like Ramazani to come on and grab the bull by the horns, and it was just strange about Aronson on. But okay, we won that game anyway. But yeah, we definitely need more out of Dan James in the
100%.
Definitely 100%. Pierre says, with the errors from Gruev over the weekend, does he drop him in team selection? Funnily enough, I think Gruev will probably start against Sheffield Wednesday. I do think he'll start against Sheffield Wednesday. Obviously the bang to Tanaka as well. Obviously he's not going to be there, so I think Gruev will start. I think Longstaff will start as well, and obviously depending how Tanaka is for the weekend, it will obviously depend if Gruev's going to go in there as well. We could see a midfield 3 against Newcastle of Longstaff, Gruev, and Stack. I would say that's at the minute. But we'll just have to see what that Pierre. But I think Gruev will more than likely play the next 2 games, given the injuries to Ampadu and Tanaka. Pierre needs to play whilst both Amps and Tanaka are out. Yeah, that's exactly it. He does need to play, because we don't really have anyone else there to do it.
No.
Look, we know Arsenal is a higher level than us. Yeah, 100%. But yeah, look. I don't think any of us are putting the blinkers on. We all probably knew we were going to lose that game. It was a very high probability. I think it was just the manner of the defeat. And I'm feeling, a little bit better.
I think we gave them too much respect. Way too much respect.
Yeah. Saturday evening I was a little bit fumed because I watched it back and then I watched it again on Match of the Day, and just the way people were talking about it, we kind of just rolled over and kind of let our bellies be tickled, and that's the more frustrating thing, isn't it, Dylan? Not winning the game, not Arsenal beating us. It was more so the manner of defeat that really kind of rode me kind of up the wrong way. And then the in-game management from Daniel Fark as well. When he's seen things were wrong, we go 2-0 down before half-time. You come out in the second half of the same team and still apply the same tactics that you did in the first half. To me, it was just shooting yourselves in the foot, completely naive. So he has to learn, and we're just going to have to
needs to rotate the players there. And honestly, that's what it's down. He's seen it last season.
Oh, even that, just be cutthroat. Be ballsy enough to make the decision. This isn't working. It's like with Fark, when he makes a team selection and his tactics, he has to stick with it.
Stubborn.
Prove him right. Yeah, stubborn until it's too late. Rather, Bielsa used to be brilliant at it, where he used to hold his hand up and say, I'm wrong here. Like that with Phillips. There was times with Phillips where he was really bad at midfield and he'd whip him off in 30 minutes and going, yeah, it's not working today. So you just need to be like that as a coach, and you need to do the best for the team, not for your ego. So yeah,
exactly.
Fark just needs to learn. And
we've seen it. We've seen it last season with Gruev and Ampadu. We always say different horses for different courses. Yeah. Gruev is definitely that person from away home. He gets stuck in. He'd Now, I know we didn't do it against Arsenal. I know that. Before I'll start putting his comments up, but what I'm trying to say is it needs to be a constant rotation. And don't get me wrong, I know when we're winning and we win a game and, Fark doesn't change a winning side. I understand that. But we can't be affording any errors. We can't just go in here with the hopes, yeah, we smashed whatever team, whatever 3-0, which probably won't happen, but whenever 3-0, and all of a sudden we're going to keep that rolling over. You need to give the lads a different opportunity. You need that bite. You need that kind of simply down to competition, lads. I can't say it enough. You can see it week in, week out with other teams in the Premier League. So why can't we do the same?
Yeah, I agree. Danny says, Pierre, he was just to blame for Arsenal. So for me, we saw when we had games last season, he was more or less before his injury was the best in DM. Yeah, agree there, Danny. I agree. We need to keep these injuries at bay. Not good. We've seen similar last season as well with Ampadu and Grew at the start of the season. We lost them within a week of each other. And I hope Tanaka's isn't too bad, Dylan. I hope we get him back because we really can't afford that. That's the last thing we need is a lot of injuries. We need to use all our new signings. Absolutely, Dave. And the other side of it as well, I got thinking today on the way to work, and it's still going to be a bed name period, Dylan, isn't it, for these new players coming in? Look, at Goodmunson does look good, Stack looks good, but they're still adjusting to, life in the Premier League, their new surroundings, new country, new teammates, all that. So it is going to take time for these to bed in. But the thing is about it is that they're not going to be able to have that much time, Dylan, isn't it? They kind of need to come in and get going kind of straight away because the Premier League just demands it. We've seen the schedule of the Premier League, obviously out again on Tuesday night, back again on Saturday. It's relentless for these players, isn't it?
Yeah. Definitely. Even with James Justin coming in as well, probably more or less pull up the socks even more for Goodmunson to know that he needs to fight first place week in, week out, considering the experience that James Justin has. And then like that, I know he won't play all the time, but Sam Boyum, he can do a job, lads. He's not that bad. Like I see loads of people saying he's finished. He's not finished. He does a job. Will I start him in high profile games? Definitely not. Will I bring him on for the last 20? Yeah, 100%. But no, it's simply about he needs to keep rotating the players. He needs to make them want it. Everyone needs to come on here. We can't be friends. We can't be, we'll just be teammates and work hard. That's simply what it's down to.
Newcastle are down to 10 men as well. Gordon sent off as
Gordon
well.
off, yeah.
And it sounded like, I was watching a little bit before we started, and it looked like Newcastle are on top now. Liverpool are in the lead now, so it's mad how it can swing and roundabouts football, Dylan. Mad L game that we all love. David is here. He says, poor from top to bottom. Perry, who was dreadful with the ball, to Pirro and everything in between. Fark had a free hit but learned nothing. We were scared, impotent, and showed up. Showed up too much respect. Yeah, look, I think it's a nail on the head, Dylan, isn't it? It's 100%. I thought we were really bad. We were really bad. And when he speaks about Perry there, Dylan, as well, it's another thing that gripes me as well because I didn't want to kind of go in too hard on the Perry situation after Everton, but I think I'm going to have to a little bit now, Dylan, because against AC Milan in the Aviva Stadium, it was his first game. I know he felt so harsh, but he just looked so ropey with the ball at his feet. He looked like he had a grenade at his feet. He didn't know what to do with it. It looked like it was hot every time he got it. And I was a little bit worried about it, Dylan. And then I was like, after the game, I was like, right, look, he's just bedding in. His first game in this Leeds team. It'd be fine. Let's see how he gets on. And then at Everton, he didn't fill me with confidence as well. The one that kind of went out for the corner that he gets away with. And every time the ball came back to his feet against Everton, again, the same sort of thing. Feels like he was unnerving the defence, feel a little bit unsettled. And that was obviously betraying to our defence as well. And then the same thing against Arsenal, Dylan. And I worry. And we spoke about it, Dylan. Like us here, right? Two idiots, right? That basically did a small bit of research into this goalkeeper before he was signed for Leeds United. And we said that good at shot stopping, the commands his box, is a good distribution from his throw, but with the ball at his feet, it's not great. So Daniel Farke, if we are gonna sign Lucas Perry, we're gonna need to adapt and probably not be playing out from the back as much. So if we can see that, and other people are saying it online, they can see that. How can Daniel Farke and his team go that this goalkeeper is not good with his feet? So maybe play out from the back from our defenders, right? And if Striker, Rodon, or one of our fullbacks have to go back to Lucas Perry, well, then just tell him go long. Look for Pirro, look for Meche, or look for Dan Jane. But this thing, him, every time he gets the ball back, and he just doesn't know what to do. He takes too long on it. His touch is heavy. When he does pass it, it's either too short or it's behind the next player. He can't do that. He can't do it in the Championship, never mind the Premier League. So
it's very annoying. It's very annoying from what you said there, slowing the ball down, and we seen it on Saturday against Arsenal. you know, there was a few times when the ball was knocked back to him. And Gary Neville, and I agree with him, and as much as a clown he is, you know, once, twice, three times, made a few errors, got away with it. And then all of a sudden, then the balls were just getting pumped up high, up to Pirro. We're losing out in midfield, and they're on the attack straight away. And that's why as well now, I know I put Pirro in the starting lineup because, you know, when we mean you do it, we're simply going off what we think Daniel Farke is going to do.
Yeah, that it's not our predict. It's not what we want. It's what Farke is going to pick.
Exactly. Same thing. That's why we brought these players in. Mecha is a bully, a complete bully, and that's someone that you want in there, breaking up the play, you know, trying to get the ball down or try and catch them on the half turn. It's very annoying, similar to Meslier. You know, we've seen at times Arsenal a few years ago. You said it to me, Meslier, you think it was unbelievable at kicking, and he was phenomenal. And then we get this goalkeeper in with the same, more or less, problems that we've been having.
Yeah.
You can't, like, I don't know why we're playing it from the back. It's madness. It's pure madness. Like, it's just like, come on and score a goal, lads. Stroke as well, I love him, but when we are under pressure, he panics as well. If we're winning a game or we're all over them, he plays out really well from the back. When we're on that little bit of pressure, he starts to panic. Yeah, he starts to panic. He's knocking side to side, doesn't know where to go with it. And 9 times out of 10, when I was in the midfield and we had it, like Arsenal were just straight back, 11 men behind the ball. Before you know, we couldn't move. Where are we going? Back to Perry. Yeah. It's pointless. It's pure pointless.
He was nervous, yeah. He was absolutely nervous. Leeds says, we must expect to lose against an Arsenal or any top 6 side. That's the reality of the Premiership. Yeah, 100%. 100% League. I think the fact of it is that we didn't even give ourselves a fighting chance. We didn't even give ourselves a chance to try and get anything out of the game. We just rolled over. We were just so naive, trying to play out from the back, continue the same way into the second half. And
no subs at half time.
No subs at half time. Arsenal had the beating of us 100%. So yeah, it's not the defeat against Arsenal that annoys me. It's more so the manner of the defeat and the setup and the in-game management of Daniel Farke.
But then if you want to be a bit more, you know, I solely blame. I'm not blaming anyone. What I mean by is what went wrong was obviously the starting lineup, Daniel Farke's tactics. But if you look at the goals, lads, 2 goals from a corner and a penalty. That's not good. When you look at it like that.
Penalty off, Dylan. There's a clip.
I know it was, but I'm saying like your 3 goals from the 5-0 was 2 were from a corner and 1 was from a penalty. What I'm trying to say is here, we got these 6-foot giants, including the goalkeeper, in to kind of stop this because we were having that same problem over the last few seasons with corners. Let's be honest, lads, we can't defend. And we can't score from them either. And
we were very close with the one with Strike, and it was a great save from David Ray.
It was a great save, to be fair.
Again, it was the manner of the way we conceded the first goal from Timber. It was so simple, Dylan. It was Sunday League. So, and I remember we used to have a set piece coach as well down at our local football club in North County Dublin, and it was this whole zonal marking came in at the time, and we were doing the zonal marking, and he used to just turn around and say, he is your man, but the first thing you have to do is go win the ball. If you win the ball, your man doesn't get it. And all 3 of ours, it was Strike, Road on, and I think it was Stack that was in there with him. All 3 of them are just like completely ball watching, don't know where that man is. And all Arsenal players do just make a run from the back post forward and free as a ball for a glancing header. Like, it was just so easy, Dylan. I think that's what the annoying part of it was for me. But it needs to be better in the Premier League, Dylan, because you'll get punished.
We've seen it again with the second corner goal that went in. It was exact same, no difference. And Gruev standing on the line as well. It was just, I was saying to myself, I'm having deja vu here. Like, exact same, no difference. And then Timber again obviously scored. So like, we want to make sure going into, you know, even Sheffield Wednesday tomorrow, Newcastle and the other games coming up, we need to tweak them, because you've said a lot religiously last season. They're the 1%ers is set pieces.
Set pieces are always 1%.
And we need to be the 1%ers.
Win or lose your games. Win or lose your games, 100%. And David says here, every content creator has said the same about Perry. He nerved our defence and he can't play out. Yeah, and do you know what, David? You don't even have to be a content creator, you know, to say it. Like, I think every Leeds fan felt the same as well. And he was nerving all of us watching the game. Look, I was so nervous every time the ball went back to Perry. So me as his teammate, you can only wonder what they're feeling. And of course, then that unsettles your game. Your nerves then put you on the back foot, and Arsenal can smell blood as well. So it has a domino effect. It has a roll on. So I'm very interested to see how Daniel Farke tweaks it in the coming weeks, because if we continue playing out the back from Lucas Perry, we're in serious trouble.
Well,
This
Darren,
it doesn't define him as a goalkeeper, Dylan, because I think a lot of the goals that were scored, especially Saka one as well, look, it was draw past him. It doesn't, define him as a goalkeeper, but with the ball at his feet, he just hasn't got it. And if you don't have it, change it up, do something different, play to your strengths.
Well, even at that, or drop him. Like, I know we spend money on him, lads, but at the end of the day, it's simply down to competition. If you are not performing and you can't kick a ball or control the ball in your own box, well, then you need to get another keeper in. And whether it is Darlow or Kearns or whoever it is, like, at the end of the day, we're fighting for survival here. It can't be, lovey-dovey to a player that we just spent whatever such and such on and expect them to do well when he's clearly not.
Yeah.
But it is only the second game, and we'll see how he gets on.
Lee says here, me too with Perry, but at the moment we must expect the worst and hope for the best. Absolutely. It's a good way of looking at it. Rajiv is here. Hope you're keeping well, pal, all the way from India. Says, evening, lads. By any chance are you keeping tabs on the Uche transfer saga? It's real. Yeah, it seems to be a little bit mad, this one, because last night going to bed, I just seen it before I fell asleep, and I seen there was a private jet meant to be flying into Leeds, and I was kind of thinking, hopefully I wake up in the morning and we have a little bit of news about this one. And then it looks like it's gone P-Tong again. We covered Uche, Dylan, towards the start of this window. Murmurs about halfway through, and then it came up again. But somehow I don't think we get him. Honestly, Rajiv, I don't think we do. It's going to be a very, very tough one to get him. But we'll keep an eye. Who knows? Madness against Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Absolutely. Any of them top sides as well. Any of them, even away from home. I'd say any Premier League away from home, David, we need to be better. Even them teams that down around us. Yes, Danny, we were not set up correctly. Hard to beat. Big man up front, Meche, who holds the ball up. Yeah, and it's not even about pumping it long, Dylan, isn't it? It's just more so about kind of just play to your strengths. Be solid, be hard to break down. First 20 minutes, give yourself a fighting chance in the game.
And the first 20 minutes, to be fair, we were actually I thought we controlled the game very well. They were coming, and we just went back and down. And as I said, it took a set piece. They knew. They sniffed it. Our tails were up, and then all of a sudden, boom. And that was it then. Second goal went in. As I said, half time should have made changes. Didn't. Then they scored within a few minutes into the second half. And so that's it now. It was actually a hard watch, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, it was. Tough. Right, that was absolutely loads about the Arsenal game, and obviously a little bit of a transfer show. Dylan, let's move on and let's speak about Bakwa then, because again, he's another player we've kept tabs on here on LeedsBros through the transfer window. A player myself and Dylan really like. Dylan, you did a good bit of digging into him earlier on in the window. We know he can play right back, he can play right wing, he can play left back as well, left wing as well. So definitely, a diverse player.
Number 10.
Play multiple position. Play anywhere. Very, very good player, Dylan. Looked like he was in our reach last night. We got news from Sasha Tavolieri that Leeds were leading the race, just ahead of Forest. Sunderland weren't quite mentioned. And then today that we hear that Forest have made a bid from, I think it's 27 million plus the add-ons. And I think Strasbourg are holding out for 35 million. So again, this feels a little like the Bajel one. It was in our hands. It snatched away. It was one at the start of the window, Dylan, where we said, just go and do it now. Get it done. Don't hang around, because there's going to be other suitors around that are going to try and pick him up. And this one, again, for me, will feel a little bit like the Bajel one. Not as bad. If we don't get this one done, it's going to feel like the one that got away, especially if he goes to Forest. And I don't even want to mention Sunderland. If he goes to Sunderland, that'd be a real kick in the teeth for us.
It's lately, it's leaving things till the last minute. But, going back to the start of the window, we kind of seen it. We started from the back and kind of worked our way up the field. Potentially, we were also saying that they're saving a lot of money to probably spend on the marquee sign and striker, as you would say, that star striker. Calvert-Lewin obviously came in on the free. So I'm still waiting. Is this guy going to be the guy? Who knows? But
good player, only 22 as well.
I do have a bit of digging here on him, obviously, because he's a left-footed. We all love a left-footer. Usually cuts inside from the right flank. We all love to see that as well. Similar, obviously, to what Somerville kind of brought to us, or even Solomon, sorry. He's very physical. He's 5'9", and he's very powerful. He's a ball carrier and a dribbler. Loves to take on defenders one-on-one. Strong at progressing the ball through tight spaces. He's also very creative and he's a playmaker. That's why he's obviously in the 10. And he's a set piece specialist. Now that's the key for me, is the set piece specialist for me. That was a pure tongue twister. That's the God. And then obviously, like, looking player nowadays, for me, you could call him a hybrid player because he can kind of play anywhere. He high work rate, tracks back when presses hard, comfortable in the system it requires, doesn't need so much defence coverage. But his most kind of, you could say, positive about him is his dribbling. So that's where it is for me. And the set pieces.
Yeah, I think he's a good player, Dylan. I really do. I watched him a good bit since we were linked to him. Very highly talented. Will bring a lot to this team, a lot of attacking threat. Again, can cover that right back position if we do need. Hopefully, we don't. I'd like to get him, and obviously we just keep an eye on it. But I think if Forest come calling, I mean, European football again, they'll have that little bit of an edge on them. You know, if kind of it's the same bit in there, the same contract terms, I think he's gonna pick European football, isn't he? So again, it feels like the one that Leeds United just sat in our hands and twiddled their thumbs a little bit too long. You don't know what happens behind closed doors, but it felt like we should have just got this one done. 2-0 Liverpool, felt like we should have just got this one done a little bit earlier for me, Dylan. So, yeah, again, look, as I said, it feels like the one that just, again, just got away. It's the story of our window, isn't it? Had some great signings. We pulled some crackers in, but we've also lost some as well. So, yeah. 2-0 Liverpool, hopefully Tion get hammered and then come to us no confidence. Well, that would be good. That would be good, Darren, in fairness. Hopefully they do get an absolute spanking.
We have the upper hand because we're at home, Elland Road, so the 12 man is definitely behind them. So
yeah, I'm looking forward. It should be a good day.
Obviously, Gordon now to get a red card as well, even better. So
do us a favour, guys. Make sure you're hitting them likes if you are watching. Really, really helps out and just helps to push it out to other people. So really appreciate you if you do. Slap a like on the video. Completely free to do so. That would be fantastic. Dylan, let's speak about a sore one for me. I'm not going to lie. Largy Ramazani. We all kind of probably felt this in the back of our heads, Dylan, over the last couple of weeks with Largy Ramazani. We're not getting enough game time. Talks of a new winger coming in. And then we obviously got the feel for it then against Everton when we seen Aronson coming on and Harrison coming on and you've Largy Ramazani sitting on the bench. So for me, the writing was kind of on the wall, especially towards the tail end of the last season as well, the situation with him and Daniel Farke as well. But like, where do you kind of sit? And this same question to you guys in the chat. What do you feel like about Largy Ramazani? Is it one of them where it's just like, meh, not really too bothered about it? Or is it one of them feels like, he could have been more, he had the potential to, be that player for Leeds?
I genuinely think his ceiling is so high. For me, every time that he did come on and the goals that he did score, he just seemed like that kind of player to get you out of a hole. You've said it all the time, Darren. He's definitely the player to come on when we are trailing a game or we are looking for that goal. He's very quick off the mark. His low centre of gravity. He's just real trickery. I just feel like he needs that experience. More experience, as you would say. Didn't play a whole lot in the Championship. What makes you think that he's going to play a whole lot in the Premier League? It's a bit of a sore one for me because I really do like Ramazani. I really do. And to be quite honest with you, you said it. I think other people said it. I wouldn't be surprised to see big outgoings going out the door before the end of this window. Now, with that being said, hopefully it's a loan deal for me because I think that he can come back and prove Farke completely wrong, because I just think that he just needs to kind of get into a rhythm of playing games. It's a bit hard at the minute because obviously competition. You have Harrison there as well. But one person I would definitely like to see on the pitch is Ramazani for me. Yeah, he'd be the first one.
As you said, like you mentioned it there, Dylan, as well about Harrison as well as that. Look, we know the situation with Harrison. We know all through the summer. But if you had told us this at the start of the window, that Jack Harrison would be staying at Leeds and Largy Ramazani would be going out on loan. Now it's talks of Valencia, Rangers are in there as well. There's nothing completely verified. What I've seen is that Valencia are kind of leading the race, but I could see him going to Rangers as well. But it just feels like a bit of a head scratch, doesn't it, Dylan? Like as I said, if you had told us at the start of the window that he'd be the one going out and Jack Harrison be saying, hey, you'd be like, whew. And that's what it just feels like to me. He feels like he's a little bit more quality going forward, has that sprinkle of stardust. It's something that Leeds United are missing at the minute. But then we know with Daniel Farke, he likes them wingers that can get forward, but also do the other side of the game. And of course, that's what Jack Harrison is, probably the unexciting kind of sort of wingers that do the dirty yards in the game. But Yeah, for me, yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in the Ramazani one, Dylan. I really am, because I remember his debut against Cardiff last season away, and when he scored that goal and did the backflip, and he looked rapid, looked sensational. I was really excited about him. Thought he had a so high ceiling. He is still only young, 24 years of age. My only hope, I really, really hope he goes out on loan, absolutely rips it up, and then comes back next season and can get into this team, because he will feel like one if he leads now at this stage. No matter what happens in his career, he'll feel like there was the potential there of something big there with him.
If he goes to a big club and establishes himself, we're definitely going to miss out. Whether it's a sell-on clause, whatever, I don't really want the money. Like, at the end of the day, we're fighting to stay in this Premier League, and then hopefully next season build on it and continue to build on it week in or season in, season out. He's definitely the player to do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, Pierre says here, I think Daniel Farke can't get rid of Harrison, so looked elsewhere. Do you think Ramazani wasn't someone Daniel Farke wanted? Possibly so, and I think Smith could have been along the similar lines as well. I think they could have been 49er signings rather than Daniel Farke signings to kind of bolster the squad. Ramazani could have been in that boat as well, because he doesn't really suit the profile of striker that Daniel, or winger that Daniel Farke does like notoriously. He does like the defending side of the game, and Ramazani doesn't do that, let's be honest. And he doesn't like doing it. He tries, but he doesn't like doing it. He's definitely a lot better going forward. So yeah, Ramazani better than Harrison. Another Cresswell situation. Yeah, the Cresswell one as well. When I seen it the other day, as soon as I seen he was linked to Dortmund, I just had to swipe off it, because I said it at the time when he was leaving. I thought Leeds United were absolutely foolish. Just send him out on loan. Like, boy pulled the trigger on a young Leeds lad, came through the academy. You know, he had the situation with his dad, but it's with one manager. Send him out on loan, let him go get some experience. And look, we could be sending him to Dortmund now. It's just, we're just sometimes, we're too quick to kind of let players go. We're too quick to kind of judge them, aren't we? Where it's just send them alone and see how they get on.
I just feel like as well, just real quick going on to the kind of the youths, is that like we're kind of tarnishing Bielsa's reputation of what he built through the youth system with certain players, and I think that's really what annoys me at times. You know, like obviously Somerville as well, when he came in there, he was a youth prospect, came up, and look, lads, let's be honest, he was a quality player for us in that championship season. I know we didn't get promoted, but it's just, I don't know why they pull the trigger so fast on these players. Now with Ramazani, as I said, Cresswell, you know, there's going to be more players, let's be honest.
Yeah. Rajiv says, let him go to La Liga, make a splash, wish him well. Colbrand can work magic with him. Yeah, hope so. Not 100% Valencia, but we'll just have to see how it goes. So I have a feeling he might want to go there. Celtic and Rangers were interested. But yes, I'd say he's probably going to go Rangers. I can't see the 49ers sanctioning a loan move to Celtic. I would, if he's going to go Scotland, it's going to be Rangers 100%. Another yellow, Guimaraes. Sounds like a tasty game, Dylan. We're missing out on loads.
Yeah.
Missus is sitting in there watching it. No hate on Farke, but he do, but he done Cresswell to Ramazani. The same sort of situation, wasn't it? Exactly the same sort of situation. 100%. Get through last couple of the comments. People need to look at Harrison's stats for Leeds. Average of 12 GNA over 3 seasons. Harrison works hard for the team. Yeah, no, he does. Yeah, 100%. He does work hard, but I don't think there's any denying that. Ramazani has that more kind of sprinkler stardust, get you up off your feet sort of player, doesn't he? Tonali done for his shoulder. Ramazani potential of Saka. Yeah. The backflips as well. Love the backflips. Can't get a backflip wrong, Dylan, can you?
We can do one.
No, you can't.
No.
West Yorkshire Retro Gamer says, right now I'd be considering either Phillips or Buendia in midfield, and Demirovic, Dobrik up front, maybe Gonzalez for right wing. Yeah, Buendia, I don't know, I just have a feeling Buendia could be one of them, Dylan.
Yeah.
Could be one of them loan options. I have a feeling, can't shake that feeling that it might be him. David Oliver says, Ramazani situation is crazy. He's one to keep cover. Definitely, absolutely, one to come on. Absolutely. Ramazani is Somerville number 2. Yeah, seems like that's out. Backflips equals goals. Leeds lower goals. Absolutely. Yeah, that's it. Everyone loves a backflip. Holy mother of God, Tonali seems injured. This game sounds unbelievable, Dylan. We're missing it out here. Hearing it straight long. Yeah, I'd imagine I wouldn't imagine Leeds are going to sanction, a sell-on clause or an option to buy or anything like that. I'd imagine it would be a straight up loan. But look, to you, Dylan, and to you guys in the chat as well. Obviously, a week to go this day. Next week, it's done. It's over with. Daniel Farke has obviously told us that 2 more attacking players that he wants in the door. Is that enough? Is that all we need left? Is just 2 attacking players, or do we need something else? Do we need more?
If Rama's going and potentially if other players going, look, maybe I'm being greedy. I think another 3. No harm, maybe potentially getting 2 loans and then
Still have the
buying one.
situation of Bamford, Dylan, to be sorted out as well. Like Bamford is still like knocking about with the under 20. I'm not saying bring him back in, but I'm saying that's just, we obviously heard him that he was exiled from the squad. He's not in the Premier League team, but like, is he going? Is he staying? Is he suitors for him? What's just gone very quiet on Bamford, hasn't it?
It's gone very quiet. It's gone quiet on a lot of players. Like we were kind of saying it. Where's the, we're getting a lot in, but we're not really getting anyone out. And I think that is a bit of a head scratch for me. Look, the more players, the merrier, 100%. But money could come into it as well.
Leeds wants 5 in. I suppose we still have the loan, still have the loan market as well. Till we can tap into it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think 2 loanies and probably another. Look, I'm gonna say 4. Yeah,
that's good news. Don't want to see any player get injured, but that is good news for Leeds.
It's great news. Absolutely great news.
It's okay getting these loans. We have room in the squad for them. Yeah, the loan market will definitely come in handy for Leeds United. 2-1 now. We're missing a cracker of a game. Are we spoiling our future enjoyment of watching Newcastle Liverpool match, guys? You really are. We can't wait to go watch it now. But I do think we will leave it there, guys. Thanks very much tonight. I know the match was on, but thanks very much for everyone that did pop in. Made it enjoyable as always. Please drop a like on the video before you leave. It'll absolutely help the video get pushed out there so that people can see it. Hope you're enjoying the upgrades on the channel at the minute as well, guys. We're after upgrading the name, upgrading the badge, and also the thumbnails. Now we're after getting our own kind of rubber stamp on it as well. So that's going to be the only LeedsBros thumbnails going forward now as well. So keep an eye out for it because they are a little bit different than what they usually are. But that's it for me, Dylan. And to say before we say goodnight to all these lovely people on a Monday night.
No, love is all, and see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Go check out Danny. Danny says, cheers, gents. Cheers, Danny. Thanks very much. Great content, guys. You do. Sheffield Wednesday now. Tomorrow, guys, we'll be back for the watch along as well. Keep an eye out for your preview in the morning. Mind yourselves and mind each other. You robbed it on me. See you later, lads. Mind yourself.